I've retiled more bathrooms than I can count. And the pattern I keep seeing is the same one every time. Someone walks into a showroom, falls in love with a tile on a clean sample board under perfect lighting, and installs it in a bathroom that gets used by real people every day. And within a year, they're calling me, tear it out, and replace it. Today, I'm going through the tile types that generate the most regret. Some of them are trending right now, some of them are genuinely beautiful, and some of them are going to cost you a lot more to own than they cost you to install. Let's get into it. Number 1, marble tile in the shower. There's a difference between marble used well and marble used wrong. And most people, well, they're using it wrong. Marble is calcium carbonate, which means it reacts chemically to acids. Shampoo, conditioner, cleaning products, even hard water can etch the surface over time. Etching is not a stain that you can wipe off. It is a permanent dullness where the acid breaks down the polished finish. And the only fix is to have it professionally rehoned and repolished, which can run you anywhere from $200 to $1,000, maybe more, depending on the area and the size. Marble is also porous, which in a shower is about the worst possible characteristic and material that you could have. If it's not sealed before installation, after installation, and then resealed every 6 to 12 months for the life of the tile, you're looking at moisture working its way behind the wall. And moisture behind the tile in the shower is how you can end up with mold. You can't really see that damage until it's already done. The cost reality is Calcutta marble runs $25 to $80 per square foot just for the tile, plus $10 to $25 square foot for installation. A standard 80 to 100 square foot shower enclosed can easily run you $5,000 to $9,000 before waterproofing. If you want the look without the liability, large format porcelain with the marble veining gives you 90% of the visual at a much cheaper price per square foot. Now, I do need to put this statement out there that waterproofing is so important no matter what shower material that you select. I've said it a lot, and I've repaired a lot of damaged areas because of improper waterproofing. Number 2, pebble tile shower floors. Pebble tile looks incredible in a photo, and then you live with it. Pebble tile requires 2.5 times more grout than standard tile because of the irregular shapes and the sheer number of contact points. 2.5 times more grout means 2.5 times more surface area where soap, body oils, hard water minerals, and mold can take hold. Grout in a shower is already public enemy number 1. Pebble tiles multiplies that problem across the entire floor. The drainage issue is equally serious. Shower floors need a consistent slope towards the drain. Pebble tile creates an irregular surface that disrupts water flow, so sometimes water pools between the stone instead of the draining. Standing water in a shower is how you develop a mold and mildew situation. Cannot get ahead of it regardless how often you clean. I've seen homeowners cleaning their pebble tile floors with a toothbrush, and that's not a maintenance routine, that's punishment. If you want texture and slip resistance, a matte porcelain tile in a 2x2 or a 4x4 format with a COF rating of 0.50 or higher gives you grip, proper drainage, and manageable grout lines. Number 3, fluted and textured wall tiles. Fluted tiles look great in a living room, a powder room, an entry, places where they get looked at and not hit with water and steam every day. In a shower, every groove becomes a trap. Soap scum, mildew, and hard water deposits collect in the ridges and bond to the textured surface in a way that flat tile doesn't allow. Cleaning a fluted shower wall means getting into each individual groove every single week for as long as you own the bathroom. The grout lines are already a cleaning challenge. The tile surface itself added to that kind of detail that never shows up in the product photo. Installation costs, depending on your installer, can be higher. Fluted tile require precise groove alignment at every horizontal joint. If it's off, it reads immediately and it looks like a poor installation. That precision pushes labor from $8 to $15 per square foot for a standard wall tile and $15 to $25 per square foot for fluted. Use texture as accent, not as a primary wet zone surface. A fluted panel behind a freestanding tub or a vanity wall outside the shower gives you the design moment without the maintenance obligation. I think you'll thank me later for that one. Number 4, zellige and handmade tile in wet areas. And I think I pronounced it right. Zellige. You guys beat me up in the comments last time I did this one. Zellige is a genuinely beautiful, handmade variation The old world craftsmanship way, beautiful tile. It catches light. I get it. It's also genuinely wrong for a shower. Zellige is fired at a lower temperature than porcelain or ceramic, which means higher porosity. Higher porosity in a tile getting hit with water and steam every day is a fundamental mismatch. Water gets in, the tile swells, the grout lines crack, and the glaze begins to craze, which is a pattern of fine surface cracks that develops as the tile expands and contracts. Fixing it means removing and replacing tile that's expensive and nearly impossible to source in matching lots. Material cost $15 to $45 per square foot, and installation $15 to $30 because of the irregular edges and the care required. A 50 square foot shower in Zellige can run $3,000 to $4,500 before waterproofing. Use it on a vanity backsplash or a powder room wall where it can be the visual star without the wet area performance requirements that it's not meant for. Number 5, small mosaic tile on a shower floor and walls. More tile means more grout. A 12 by 24 field tile has grout lines every 12 to 24 inches. A 1 by 1 mosaic has grout lines every inch. In a shower, where grout discoloration is a number one complaint I hear from homeowners, choosing a format that maximizes grout exposure is working directly against yourself. Installation cost is also higher than people expect. Mosaic sheets still need precise leveling, and the grout joints between the sheets need to align perfectly with joints within sheets. Any misalignment reads immediately poor installation. So labor runs between $15 and $25 per square foot versus $18 and $15 for a standard tile. And that difference adds up fast when you're talking 80 to 100 square feet of shower surface. Use mosaic tile as an accent, a penny round border, a medallion inset within a field of larger tile. High visual impact contained maintenance surface. That's the move. I will say, when it is done correctly, chosen by a designer and installed by a professional, we have done many of these and it has worked out beautifully. I also recommend that you use a epoxy grout that prevents the staining, mildew, and the possibility of extra maintenance when doing that type of floor if you choose. And that's my personal recommendation. Before we keep going, let me tell you something real quick. The most expensive mistakes in any renovation don't happen during demolition. They don't happen when the tile goes up or when the cabinets get installed. They happen before any of that. In the conversations you have before you sign anything. When you don't know what questions to ask and your contractor isn't going to volunteer the answers, well, I put together a free renovation playbook from over all of my years of experience. It covers exactly what your estimate is probably missing, the things that show up later as change orders, surprises, and budget overruns that nobody warned you about. Kitchens, bathrooms, living rooms, these are the spaces where most of the money goes and most of the decisions are made. It's completely free. Check the link in my description. Go grab it before you talk to anybody. Number 6, glass tile in the shower. Glass tile is not a blanket avoid, but the margin for error is very small. Glass is translucent, which means the thin set adhesive behind it shows through every face of the tile. If it's not applied in a perfect uniform color, matched layer with zero voids, every imperfection is visible. Most tile setters are experienced with ceramic and porcelain where the thin set is irrelevant to the finished look. Glass punishes those habits. A poor glass tile installation looks worse than almost any other bad tile job because the evidence is visible through each tile. Glass on a shower floor is also a slip hazard. The smooth, non-porous surface that makes it easy to clean and gives it almost no grip when it's wet. Now, material runs $20 to $100 per square foot, and installation is going way up more than normal. It's an expensive combination to get wrong. None of these tile types are without merit. Everyone can look incredible in the right context. The problem is never the tile. It's the mix match between what the tile is designed to do and the environment it's installed in. And that mismatch is invisible in a showroom. The tiles that are consistently performing well in bathrooms are large format matte or satin finish porcelain, non-porous, durable, low maintenance, and now available in finishes that conveniently mimic marble, stone, and concrete. You pair that with a professional waterproofing system, epoxy grout in the wet zones, and you have a bathroom that looks good on day one and still looks good in 10 years. To me, that's important. Drop me a comment and tell me what tile you chose for your bathroom and whether you'd choose it again. If you have any regret, go ahead and drop it in there. I'd love to hear every single one. And as always, thank you for watching Built by Becker.